Hi!
Hey!
Welcome back.
It's The Outpost with another Star Wars video.
Oh?
I just felt the daggers staring at me right here. Like
I'm cool. What we got?
he's like behind me, going to Dan. Like, what's he doing?
It better be good.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
It better be good.
Well, we are at least flying half a ship. So this is Belated Media,
Okay.
and
I do like that title though. What if episode 3 were good?
well, where's number 1? It goes through all 3. Oh, here it goes. What if episode 1, The Phantom Menace, was good? As we all know, of the 3, it's not the worst.
No.
But of the 6, it's definitely not the best. Of the 9, who gives a shit? So
It's the top 6.
these are, I forget how many years old now, but I know these two haven't seen it. But from what I do remember, this is a very, 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 very good spin on what George Lucas should have done
Yes.
with the franchise. So please enjoy What If Star Wars Episode 1
Was good.
was good.
What if episode 1 was good?
Okay.
Like, really good.
Really good?
What if I were a story exec at Fox and George Lucas came to me and was like, this is the film I'm directing? And I was like, no, let's go through this right now and let's see all the points that work and don't work. And I'm going to rework it right now.
He's going to rewrite the
So
script.
bearing in mind what George Lucas presented to all of us, we're going to get my version of episode 1. So here we go with What If. Now, the big thing whenever making a sequel or prequel, whenever you're revisiting a franchise, things need to feel old and new at the same time. Now, George made the misstep of thinking that familiarity meant characters. However, the same can be accomplished through theming and parallels. It also helps to have a main character. Episode 1 was very muddled in that regard. You aren't really sure who to point to.
Jar Jar.
And it is really apparent that it should be. It's Obi-Wan's story, much as the way as the original trilogies were all about Luke. However, the overarching story will be about Darth Vader. With that in mind, we open in similar fashion.
Why? What's Darth Vader got to do
Qui-Gon
with
should
it?
go into Naboo. However, they aren't stopping directly at the Trade Federation because right now it's peacetime. Obi-Wan is wistfully looking off into space and
Like it's a
reminiscing about
season.
the
No.
days
It's
before
peacetime.
when they were
Wartime
brave
is in
Jedi
3
Knights
months.
fighting the ultimate evil, the Sith. Whereas now they're going from routine checkups from planet to planet, kind of like galactic sheriffs. And Qui-Gon, who still is
Do you think in the evil community they have an inside joke? Gotta take a Sith.
Can you just be happy that the Sith aren't here anymore? Those were very dark times. In this moment, we get to see that Obi-Wan is naive, like Luke was at the start of his journey. But we don't have much time to think about it because what's this? The Trade Federation? They see that the ships are all going to the palace and they divert course, so they land and they find out from some native Gungans, but not Jar Jar because it's not important, that this invasion is going to take
Very
place in the
important.
last
Just
few weeks. Obi-Wan gets excited at the chance of action, while Qui-Gon is
I'm glad you said that. Did you ever hear the theory that if there was not such a severe backlash to Jar Jar, it was going to be dive more into episode 2, but episode 3 it would be his name wouldn't be Jar Jar, it'd be something else.
Right.
But he would actually be part of the inner Sith circle.
Oh, they said he's like a master.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that fan theory.
I was like, ever since that theory, I was like, man, that would have been good to see.
The Jedi Council knew nothing about this. What was once a routine checkup is now a rescue mission for the Queen. So this rescue and subsequent
Just gonna
escape
put
is now our first
like a
real
circle
burst of
slash,
action.
like
And since
right
we
here.
spent more time getting to know our characters,
Oh no,
we're
it's
gonna be more
superimposed Mike's
invested
face right here.
as opposed to meeting two strangers who then immediately take out their lightsabers.
Hey.
So the escape, the same things can play out as we land on Tatooine. So they need parts and they need to go down and get the pieces.
Come on,
Now,
Woody.
This is where we start to deviate a little more. Because in the released film, Obi-Wan stays on the ship while Qui-Gon and Padme go out into the desert. But Obi-Wan is our main character, so Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Padme now all go. Just like the actual film, Qui-Gon can voice some concern about taking a
She'll
hand
kneel.
now to Tatooine. And Padme can respond that she can take care of herself just fine, and maybe Qui-Gon should be more concerned about his servant taking care of himself, referring to Obi-Wan. And we get a fun back and forth bit of verbal sparring as they walk out into the desert. And that bickering would remind us of... That's one of the big things that the film was lacking, a sense of playfulness among characters, rather than just giving poop jokes to Jar Jar. And then they get to Anakin. And again, more tweaks are going to happen. He's not a boy, he's a teen or young adult. And he's not a mechanical genius, so he definitely hasn't built C-3PO. It's great that you want to give people fan service, George, but these characters can show up later. Obi-Wan and Tatooine are familiar faces enough for Episode 1. However, it is wonderful that you're showing us a different side of Tatooine. The pod racing is kind of cool, and the whole idea that there's like scrap junkyard and that, you know, whatever. That's fun. Again, old and new. On a side note, the whole idea of Toydarians being the trump card to Jedi is kind of weird, because you did kind of create Superman in that. So to create a creature that can be like, no, 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 I don't fall for that, does work, but it also is like, why
I
do
don't look on
Empire
Republicans.
just get a bunch of Toydarians to always deal as stormtroopers, because then Jedi would never be able to. Anyway, so Qui-Gon Jinn meets Anakin and is like, holy shit, the Force is strong.
Like a Zubat trying to
and
shoot
Obi-Wan
someone.
is like, wait, what are you talking about? And Qui-Gon Jinn is like, no, no, the Force, it's really strong, because he can just feel it since midi-chlorians aren't a thing, you know?
my.
And Qui-Gon's like, oh man, I have to train him. And Obi-Wan's like, dude, I'm right here. So an upset Obi-Wan wanders the streets of Tatooine and maybe stops at a bar. You know, if George wants to reference...
He stops and stumbles. 5 minutes left.
And being in a not-so-pleasant mood, he gets himself into a skirmish with a pod racer. Padme shows up and they manage to make it out alive, and we see a mutual respect developing between the two.
Oh.
And the hints of a blossoming romance. So they return to the pod race training, but oh my god, wouldn't you know it, Wadu's pod racer manages to get himself injured, and Qui-Gon is like, oh, I can test my hunch now. Oh hey, why don't you have Anakin race? And everyone's like, and Anakin's like, I've never done that before. We're dealing with a more sheepish Anakin. He's a slave, so he wouldn't have a ton of confidence. But Qui-Gon tells Anakin as long as he uses the Force, all will be well. From there, the same bet goes down. We get to see Anakin's confidence grow when he wins. Qui-Gon's hunch is proven, and yeah, Anakin's free and gets to be a Jedi. So we got the parts and we're going back. Oh shit, they're wrong. And then that brief encounter.
For a
like,
23-year-old girl.
So they get on the ship, they fly up, they go to Coruscant, and Queen Amidala / Padme is in the Senate, and she's like, look, the Trade Federation is really fucking shit up in Naboo. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Bureaucracy's amazing. She's like, I'm just gonna have to do this shit myself. Meanwhile, Mace Windu is chastising Qui-Gon Jinn about taking on Anakin, because Anakin is too old. That, you know, completely flies. And again, when we meet the Jedi Council, we don't meet Yoda. We just hear about how awesome he is, because that's a good reveal to the character of just hearing Master Yoda, really great, Master Yoda. And we all know Master Yoda's really great because we've seen Episode 5. And Mace Windu makes the point of like, what about Obi-Wan Kenobi? He hasn't fully learned. And Qui-Gon says, well, when I was teaching Obi-Wan as a Padawan, I learned a ton from him. And Obi-Wan will learn from whoever he teaches. Meanwhile, right outside the doors, Anakin and Obi-Wan are sitting waiting for Qui-Gon to get out.
Just swinging her legs.
Now, Palpatine is no longer a senator, but is the intermediary between the senators and the Jedi Council. So he actually has more strings to pull because he's the one who sent them to Naboo to get Queen Amidala and everything. This also allows him to be friendly with all the Jedi. So he shows up and is like, hey, where's Master Yoda? And Obi-Wan's like, oh, you know, he's off doing amazing things because Yoda's amazing. And this is Anakin. Anakin's like, hi! And Obi-Wan confides in Palpatine. Well, I'm a little jealous. And Palpatine's like, be careful. Jealousy can lead you to the dark side. And before we can even realize what's going on, they're on their way back to Naboo.
I'm kidding.
So they all go
Do
down
it.
and they
Be jealous.
Padme can reveal, oh shit, I'm Amidala. And they're like, what? That's crazy.
Is that
and
Keira Knightley?
You know, works because
It was
Queen wandering around
Keira Knightley in
Tatooine,
some of the
there would be less
scenes.
reason
Okay.
for her to be talking
Like I
to
said,
Obi-Wan. So
personally,
most fun-
big Keira Knightley fan. That didn't look like her face. But it might just be the makeup.
Well, I know it's a different person when, well,
And
we'll
that
get
she'll
there.
have her
Yes.
big reveal, and George Lucas will be very happy because he loves his reveals. And the Gungans offer to give
Bring
them
me
their
a Diet
ships,
Pepsi.
travel, and surprise.
You will bring me a Diet Coke?
So the big thing is, we aren't having 4 different battles going on when they need to get to one point, the Viceroy and reclaim Naboo. The Jedi, Padme, the Gungans, they're all going to take on one person. It's streamlined and simplified.
Boss Nass. They charge, and he's
Between that and Jar Jar was just enough. It's like, you know, they really, if you don't want these people in the movie, don't have them in the movie.
we should going home! Wonder how that audio does on the capture.
Wait, where's Anakin?
Your microphones.
Anakin's not in the Jedi Council where he should be, because why the fuck would you take a kid when, I mean, they established that the Jedis have a training center, so just like George wanted
Did you
to
catch
go
that?
going straight to the Viceroy and to where he should be, because why the fuck
This
would you take a
Ahsoka-looking
kid
thing right here.
when,
Okay.
I mean, they
Watch her
established
hand.
that the Jedis have a trait.
Oh,
Just like
okay.
George wanted, they're all going straight to the Viceroy, and oh
That's how you
shit,
make
Darth Maul's
calluses.
back again. But instead of getting separated and going off in the light bridge generator room or whatever that the Jedi and Sith wind up in, they're going to stay pretty close to the action. In fact, Padme and her dealing with the droid, and the Sith and the Jedi battles are going to be, you know, both kind of headed towards the same place where the Viceroy is. And right before they run off to take on Darth Maul, Padme gives a little, like, take care to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan now is like, oh shit, you were interested in me, that's cool, and runs off with the power of love, fueling him. We get our cool lightsaber battles, we get our cool blasters, we don't need any space battle again.
I was thinking more along the lines of, she's a maniac.
Yeah.
Throwing the robe off. Was a
So
maniac.
it's an Amdar, facing off on droids, and they're like, blast off, blast, blast off, blast, and they get to the Viceroy.
No, it's pew, pew,
and they're
pew,
about to,
pew,
like,
pew, pew.
the Viceroy to finish.
And I'm just gonna try to blend it as much as possible, which I can. I think I.
Well, you should be able to, since you already got some of this already.
Knowledge is power.
There's Dan.
Power of love fueling him to take on Darth Maul. We get our cool lightsaber battles, we get our cool blasters, we don't need any space battle again, because who would we even care about going up and dealing with that? I mean, they somehow...
Master Yoda?
Anyway, so the blockade wasn't...
Grogu.
So the Gungans and Amdal are like facing off on droids, and they're like blast off, blast, blast off, blast, and they get to the Viceroy, and they're about to like be like, Viceroy, you're finished. And that's the moment Darth Maul quietly stumble into the room, and everyone's like, what? And the Viceroy's like, blam, and Padme everyone's like, oh shit, I'm gonna go run take care of that. Away from Qui-Gon and Darth Maul to Padme, who he cares about. Of course, in that exact moment,
And
he's
that
now directly responsible for
is why
when
you
Darth
don't
Maul's
have
like,
females
slice, and
in a
everyone's
combat
like,
unit.
what,
Yeah.
fuck? So everybody starts blasting at Maul, and Maul runs away. Obi-Wan runs over to Qui-Gon and is like, hey, Master,
That
fuck.
does
And
lend a
Qui-Gon's
little,
like, yeah, dude, fuck,
hinkiness
please
to the
just
whole,
promise me you'll take care
are
of
these
Anakin. And
Anakin's
Obi-Wan's like,
kids?
well,
Oh.
learn to be friends with
Bow
me.
chicka
Though,
wow
if
wow.
I ever see Darth Maul,
And
yeah,
thus the case,
really
why
kill
would
fucking
Obi-Wan take
great
Luke Skywalker
Now,
to
to
Uncle
me,
Owen
the way Darth Maul was handled in
Skywalker's
episode 1 is the
water
greatest
vapor
mistake of the
ranch,
prequel trilogies. Honestly,
where
if there was
he
only
can
one
just
thing
watch
I
over
would change, it
him
would be that Darth Maul would not die.
for no
Obi-Wan
reason.
needs
The
to
Law's
motivate,
Homestead.
And Darth Maul is an embodiment of evil. For Maul to best Obi-Wan and then kill his master, there's plenty of room for growth.
Master!
And then if
Master!
it's going to
Master!
In the film we got, all that Obi-Wan had to do in the subsequent 2 films was basically play Clue for the Jedi Council.
Help me, Master Yoda. You're my only hope.
But if he's trying to find Maul, oh, you can bet he's gonna put his heart and soul into it. Even if we did allow for him to get cut in half in Episode 1 and the Star Wars universe, we can have robotics replace
Darth
things, and he's
Maul on a
sliced it
skateboard
perfectly
behind a
half,
car.
so his entire lower half is robotics. That's the perfect opportunity for Obi-Wan to be haunted by this
Obi-Wan had
nightmare.
to save the
He'd show
clock
up
tower.
again and Obi-Wan wouldn't know what to think. In this instance, Maul would be stronger and he'd have some
Save the
serious
clock tower,
feelings.
you must.
You know, look at that. There's some crazy foreshadowing of Anakin's fate. Because he's like
I
half
think-
robot, half man.
I think,
Oh,
yeah,
funny
I would
that.
take
And
Yoda
just
out of
because
that
that's
scenario
long-term
and use
film that's
Qui-Gon.
known to the
Great Scott!
Luke sees Vader kill Obi-Wan
Obi!
Kenobi, and they
Ben!
finally meet
Ben!
Vader. The
Ben!
stakes are super high.
That's in the clock
And every
tower.
time they meet, the relationship just gets more
I like Obi
and
because it
more
sounds like Charlie.
complex.
Obi, 21 gigawatts!
This one.
Got that in my lightsaber right here.
Let's get back to this one. So meanwhile, back in Coruscant, Darth Maul's like, yo,
Charlie!
this is really sorry.
Fix me a
The whole
drink!
Naboo. And Darth Sidious is like, it's okay. Darth Maul's like, what? And Darth Sidious is like, hey, it's okay, you killed Qui-Gon Jinn, now Obi-Wan's full of rage, and, you know, he's gonna
I
go
drank
after
what?
you and kill you, and then he'll be my apprentice, because, you know, I was sensing a really strong thing when I ran into him at the chamber.
That's right. Quadruple filtered herb.
So
herb
you're
crystal.
going to hit everybody, and Darth Sidious is like, that's why I'm the Emperor. I
Ba,
keep
ba, ba,
fucking
ba.
strings all the time.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh shit, this is kind of dark. Obi-Wan's gonna turn before we can even really think about it. We're back to Naboo where they're all celebrating because they think everything's hunky-dory because they
Hunky-dunky.
freed the place. And just looking back, from the start of the film, so much has happened to Obi-Wan and he's grown so
He's
much.
gonna get a
He's
medal.
no longer the Padawan. He's been pushed from the nest and has to learn to fly. And we're excited to see where he goes as the world is becoming more complex, as are the relationships around him. We're excited for the next movie.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So that's my ramblings on episode 1. Leave your ramblings of what you would do with the prequel trilogy.
I think this is off to a good start.
Yeah.
So we will see if episode. What if episode 2 was good?
Big if.
It's not a Marvel what if.
What if?
Cliffhanger.